Welcome back to another drive-by-drive football game. My name is Brian Hefferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of this game. And really, this is a drive-by-drive engine that can be played with multiple games. And I'm going to show you how you could do that with Play Action Football today, which is a game and publication that you can purchase. I'm going to be playing the playoffs for the 1978 NFL season. And first up, we'll have Dallas at LA, which is the NFC Championship, and in the AFC Championship, it's Houston at the Steelers. What I've done is I've taken the offense and defense number for each team, and basically you just add these together. So you take the defense of LA and the offense of Dallas, and 3 minus 2 is a 1, 2 minus 2 is a 0. And so we have a +1 for Dallas, a 0 for LA, and then for Houston it'll be 1 and -2, which is going to be -1, and then 1 minus 1 is 0 for Pittsburgh. We could give home field advantage if we wanted to do that. I'm not going to do that in this particular game, but you could easily give home field advantage or figure out some sort of weathering system as well, like if it's bad weather in Pittsburgh. We'll be using the advanced charts, and so it's a little bit more going on. We're going to have the injury penalty roll, which will be the black and white die, and then these will be our main dice here. We're going to add these two together so that a 4 and a 1 is a 5, not 14. You can see that very well. And then we'll have a 2 to 20 roll here. This is just to keep track of, where we are. So what play it was called. We do have the kickoff return for touchdowns. We'll be implementing that. So after every score, we'll roll 2d10s, and we'll figure out if it's a 2, that's a kick return for a TD. I haven't had one of those yet. And we also have a field goal block, which is optional as well. After a missed field goal, we will be able to roll 1d10 and see if it's a field goal block with no TD, field goal block with a TD, and no field goal block, just a missed field goal. So we're going to get this one started. So let's go with Dallas at LA. I like to do the black die for home, and we'll roll to see who gets the ball. It will be LA first. First drive of the game, 16, and we have a 14. For LA, they have a 0, so 14 is straight up. Quarterback is hurried on 3rd and long. Let's look at the yellow die. That's easy to remember. A 2 is quarterback runs for the first down. The drive results in a touchdown run, and that'll be a 7-yard TD run. And the extra point has to be at least a 4. They get a 5, and LA takes a 7-0 lead over the Cowboys. So Dallas with their first drive, a 9 is nothing. So a 9. We get a 17, and a 17 plus 1 is 18. Flag thrown on a 40-yard TD pass. We got a 6. 6 is a penalty on the defense. The drive result is a touchdown pass. That's 40 yards. If we had our full-size cards, we could, and the players were on there, we could roll to see which player caught the pass. So that's definitely an advantage of having the play action cards. And both teams are tied at 7 apiece. Second drive of the game for LA, 7 is not much. There's nothing happening there. So a 5 is a quick 3 and out. That's going to lead to a punt. And Dallas is going to get the next 2 possessions because of that. So the opponents are going to get an extra drive. So Dallas gets 2 cracks at it here, 13. And that's going to be nothing on the injury penalties. 8 becomes 9. First and 10. Do we go with a deep ball or a short pass? Let's go for the deep pass since we have a couple of drives here to work with. So 1 to 6, it will be a long TD pass. 7 to 10, it's an interception. It's a 9, that's going to be an interception. So a 0, and we're going to give LA, trying to think of Let's do a synthesis professional sports. If you give the ball up, no, we're not going to do that. They got an interception, so Dallas is going to go with their second one. 14, 8 becomes a 9 again. Another pass. Let's go deep again, and the same thing happens till 2 interceptions. This time the interception is going to cost them +1, so LA is going to get a +1 for their next drive. So on an interception or a fumble, then the recovering intercepting team gets a +1 on their next drive. 9, that's nothing on that roll. 11 becomes 12. Sack on third down, a 42-yard field goal attempt. 1 to 6 is good. It's up, and it is in. And it will be first drive of the second quarter. It's now 10-7, LA over Dallas. Dallas with their last drive of the first half, 6 is nothing. 7 becomes 8. 4th and 2. Let's go for the quarterback sneak. 1 to 7. We get it. It's a 6. So we'll roll again. Sorry. And 11 is nothing. 14 becomes 15, and that's going to be a touchdown on a seam route. It's 25 plus 3, so 28-yard touchdown pass on a seam route, and that gives Dallas the lead, 13 and now 14-10. So with their last drive of the half, Dallas puts it in, and LA will get the last laugh here in the first half. A 3 is nothing. They avoid the offensive injury. 11, and there's no, that was just for a 1 drive thing, so there's no extra here. So an 11, 9-play drive gets to the edge of field goal range. Let's go ahead and try the long field goal and see if we can cut the lead to 14-13. A 1 to 4, it's up and in. It's a 5, and that will be a field goal miss. Let's see if there is a field goal block. There's not. And so that's just going to be a field goal missed. So no points, as LA can't score there. They're down 14-10 at the half. Starting the second half, Dallas's first drive, a 12 there. 6 becomes a 7. This is going to be a punt, and an 8 is a normal punt. The return team takes possession. It'll be LA with the ball. A 5. We have an offensive penalty, so the defense can take the penalty and force a punt, or they can decline and take the play result. So our play result is a 6. That's a 2nd and 4 from near midfield. We're going to make them choose and run a play. They're going to do the run, which is safer. 1 to 8 is a first down. It's a 6, so they get a first down, but the offensive penalty is going to cause them to have to punt. So we'll take the punt. We want them to play that out, because if it was a 9 or a 10, that's a fumble return for a touchdown. So we don't want to call that one back. So Dallas with the ball. Second drive of the second half. 18 is nothing, and a 15 becomes a 16. 12-play clock chewing drive, and it's going to be a 30-yard TD run. We'll call that Tony Dorsett for 30 yards. And after a long drive, Dallas is going to have LA skip the next drive. So it goes right back to Dallas for the fourth quarter as LA is blanked. It's now 21-10, Dallas over the Rams. 15, this is Dallas's drive again. 15 is nothing. A 12 becomes a 13. Red zone trip ends with a chip shot field goal. That will be 24 yards. And Dallas now leads 24-10. So they're up by 2 scores. LA still technically in this one. Let's see if they can come back. 18 is nothing. 13 will be a red zone trip, ends with the field goal, and that's 28 yards on the field goal. As they get 3 points closer, and they really need touchdowns pretty desperately. A 4 is nothing. A 6 becomes a 7. This is going to be a drive ending in a punt, a normal punt with a punt return. And LA will get their final drive. See if they can score here. 10 is nothing. 12 is a sack on third down, sets up a long field goal attempt. A 6 is good, so it will be a 42-yarder. And oh, not Dallas. These guys here. So the final is going to be 24-16, and Dallas will be moving on to the Super Bowl per real life. So let's get the next group of the next group in here. It's going to be Houston at Pittsburgh. We have Houston with a -1, and we have Pittsburgh with a 0, and so Houston a slight underdog here. Let's see who's going to start with the kickoff. It will be Pittsburgh with the ball first. We have an 8, and Pittsburgh is a 0, so 10. Blitz on third and short. We have a 4. Defensive stop. Drive results in a punt, so good defense from the Oilers, and that will set up Houston with their first drive. No score early in this one, and we get a 13. That's nothing. A 13 here is going to be 13 minus 1 is 12. So a sack on third down sets up a 42-yard attempt. 8 is going to be missed, and a 10 is a field goal block, but no TD. So block field goal leads to 0 points. We get a 14 and a 13. 14 is nothing here. 13 is a red zone trip, ends with a chip shot field goal. That's 25 yards. And that's going to be a 3-0 lead for the Steelers here in the AFC Championship. They won this one like 35-5 or 35-4 or something like that. We get a 5. This will be an offensive penalty, and this will be on Houston. They have a 13, turns to a 12. There is a 42-yard attempt. The field goal attempt is good, but the penalty means that Pittsburgh can take it away, so they're going to force a punt instead. So it kind of flips that result there. So 3-0 after the first quarter. And Pittsburgh with the ball. 10 is nothing. 11 is a long field goal or a punt. Let's go ahead and try the field goal. Try to put some points. 1-4, it's going to be made. It's a 6. And that will be a miss. Let's see if there is a block. There's no block. So field goal is missed. Houston with their first drive of the second quarter, and 11, that was a 7. 11 is nothing. 13 becomes a 12. Another 42-yard field goal attempt. Let's see if they can tie it up. They do not. And a 9 is going to be no block. So a lot of missed field goals here. It might be really windy or cold. So January in Pittsburgh could be anything. 19, nothing. This will be Pittsburgh with their final drive of the first half. And 11. We get to the edge of field goal range. Do we kick the field goal or punt? Let's go and try for the field goal. We'll try to get the points. 1-4. It's up and in. It's another 6. So there's another field goal miss, and another just straight up field goal miss. So it's just a terrible day for kicking. Last chance for Houston at the half, or before the half. 4 is going to be nothing. 11 becomes 10. Blitz on 3rd and short, and that's a defensive stop. It results in a punt. And in this terrible game in January, neither team can get it going. So it'll be Houston in the second half. Pittsburgh leads 3-0. And it'll be a 10, a 10. So 10 becomes a 9. 1st and 10, we can do a deep pass or a short pass. Short pass more than likely leads to a field goal. Deep pass could change the game. Let's go for the deep pass. 1 to 6. They are going to hit, and it'll be a touchdown. A 9 is an interception. And so Pittsburgh is going to get the ball with a +1 on this next drive for the turnover. 8 is nothing. 13 becomes 14. Quarterback hurried, so this is Terry Bradshaw. He's hurried on 3rd and long. He's sacked, and the team settles for a short field goal, and that field goal will be 27 yards. So the field goal is up and good. Houston still in this one, as they were able to sack the quarterback there on 3rd and long. 16 is nothing. 11 becomes 10. A blitz. And an 8 is a defensive stop, results in a punt. So Bradshaw on the offense has had a hard time, but the Pittsburgh defenses showed up as they have shut out Houston so far. Last possession of the 3rd quarter, a 13 is nothing. 18, flag thrown on a 40-yard touchdown pass. It's a 1. That's a penalty on the offense. No TD. The drive stalls, and the drive result is a field goal. We will call it let's say, what would it be? Let's say 30 plus D10. How about that? 30 plus 9. So 39-yard field goal. And that's going to be Houston forcing the field goal. Sorry, it's 3 there. So it's now 9-0 going into the 4th quarter. And Houston with their first drive of the 4th. We get a 6, so they narrowly avoid the penalty. 16 becomes 15. Hurry up tempo drive. TD on a seam pass. That is going to be good from 27 yards. So 27-yard TD pass. Extra point is good. And they are now down by a score of 9-7. So bit of not an AFC score, but an American League score. So 9-7. Pittsburgh with the ball. 10 is a blitz on 3rd and short. A 1 is a fumble to the defense. So you're telling me that Houston has a shot. So that's going to give Houston a +1 on this drive, which means that they're going to be a 0 for the first time. Whatever they roll is just what they're straight up going to get. 12. A 12 is going to be a sack on 3rd down, sets up a 42-yard attempt. This attempt would give them a 10-9 lead, if you could believe it. So 1 to 6, it'll be good. It's a 6, and it just goes in. 42 yards. As it should be a 3. So Houston with 10 in the 4th, and they take a 10-9 lead. This is nothing right here yet. So let's see what Pittsburgh has. Pittsburgh has no modifier. This is their final drive. Can Bradshaw lead them down for at least a field goal? It's a 7 and a 15. That's going to be better than a field goal. Hurry up drive. TD on a seam route. Terry Bradshaw for 35 yards. A strike to Lynn Swan, and he makes conference championship history, as that one will go into the record books as a game-winning touchdown with less than a minute left. They push it in for 7, and they're going to win this one by a score of 16-10. So terrific game, Terry Bradshaw. Helps us to repeat history. Let me put you on hold, and I will set up the Super Bowl between the Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, Cowboys Steelers. Pittsburgh is a 1, -2. Dallas is a 3, -2. That makes Pittsburgh a -1 and Dallas a +1. So Pittsburgh definitely the underdog going into this one, and we'll see how this plays out. The home team is black, away team is white, and so it'll be Dallas first. First drive of the game for the Cowboys, a 15 is nothing, an 8 becomes a 9. So we're going to go for the deep pass, see if we can get the touchdown early, 1-6. It'll be a score. It's a 1, and Roger Staubach doing it to it with a touchdown pass, 42 yards, 42-yard TD pass, and that will be extra point is good, and Dallas takes a 7-0 lead. Remember, this game was a wild and woolly one. It was in the 30s, so we'll see if that repeats here. Pittsburgh with the ball. They have a 14. 14 becomes 13. Red zone trip ends with a chip shot field goal, just 25 yards. As they stall out inside the 20. It should be 3. So 7-3 lead for Dallas early in this one. Super Bowl 13, I believe. 10 is nothing. 9 is a 10, so they get a +1. Blitz on 3rd and short. 7 is going to lead to a punt. So that Pittsburgh defense bows up. Last drive of the first quarter. 11 is nothing. 14 becomes 13. Another chip shot field goal as they stall out in the red zone. That's going to be 27 yards on the field goal. So as we end the first quarter, it's 7-6. Dallas over Pittsburgh. A 13, nothing. A 4 becomes a 5. Quick 3 and out. So that's going to lead to a punt. And then Pittsburgh is going to get the next 2 drives. So they get an extra one. 7 is nothing. 15 becomes 14. Quarterback hurried on 3rd and long, so Dallas defense is all over them. A 6. They sack Bradshaw. Short field goal. We'll call it 31 yards. 31-yard field goal. As they settle for another field goal. And Pittsburgh with the next drive, 7. 14 becomes 13, and that's another field goal as the Dallas defense is holding here. 23-yard field goal. And that Pittsburgh offense just can't get anything going. Dallas with the last drive of the half. A 9 is nothing. 4 becomes a 5. That's another quick 3 and out. That'll be a punt. That won't have any effect since there's no drives afterward. It'll be because that's more about timing than anything. So it will be Pittsburgh ball coming out of the half. Let's see if they can change things. Pittsburgh's up 9-7. We'll see if they can flip the script here. 14. A 9 for Pittsburgh becomes an 8. It's 4th and 2. We're going to try play action, put this one away. 1-4. It's a long pass. It's a 6, and that's going to be an INT. So Dallas is going to get the next drive with a +1. So Bradshaw Cowboy taking his shot. A 13 is nothing. 10 becomes 11, 12. Sack on third down brings up a 42-yard attempt. 1 to 6 is good. It's up and it's good. So 42 yards on the field goal, and Dallas takes a 10-9 lead in the third. Pittsburgh's second drive of the second half, that was a 9. A 2 minus 1. So this is going to be a game-changing defensive play. Don't get many of those. We are going to roll a D10. It's either a safety or a pick 6. So let's see. We're looking at the yellow dice or die. A 7 is going to be a pick 6. Defense takes the interception to the house, and that's going to count as Dallas's drive. So 6, actually it's going to be just 7 points straight up. So to end the third quarter, Pittsburgh gets shut out. They're down 17-9, and they're going to get the ball back first drive of the fourth quarter. So that's a huge defensive play. 18 is nothing. 9 becomes an 8. 4th and 2. We got to go for the play action. So 1 to 4, this is a touchdown pass, and it is. So play action pass on 4th and 2. They rise up, they throw it down the field, and that's going to be 45 plus 5, so 50 yards. Let's write that again. 50-yard TD pass. And if we had, again, the names, we could say Bradshaw to whoever. A 5 is going to be an extra point, is good. So now it is 17-16. I guess we should go for 2 there, huh? So let's do that. Let's go for 2. Never too late. 13-20. So we have 6, 9, and 6 is 15. If we get the 2-pointer, it'll be a tie ball game at 17. So 13-20 is good. You can see it. And that's going to be a 19. That 2-point conversion is good. And so they get 8. And that gives them 17, and that ties the ball game at 17. So clutch play, clutch possession there for the Steelers. 12 is nothing. 13 becomes 14. Staubach is hurried. And a 9, he is sacked. They have to settle for a short field goal, 32 yards. That does give them the lead, but only for the moment. Pittsburgh has 1 drive left. Let's see if they can make it count. A 5, that's going to be an offensive penalty. That's just a killer. 8 becomes 7. So this is going to be a punt result. So there's no need to worry about the offensive penalty. A 10. Oh my gosh. So they've had a pick 6, and now Dallas returns a punt for a touchdown to end the game. And oh wow. So a punt, return, TD. And that will be how this one ends. So Dallas puts up 10 in the final quarter. They win this one by a score of 27-17. Dallas, your Super Bowl winner, as they reverse history. They were the better team, and they showed up and played, scoring 20 of their 27 points in the second half, shutting out, well, not shutting out Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh only got 8 points in the second half. All right, so this is using a new drive-by-drive game engine. You can see the game engine here. And basically it just, you follow along, you roll 2 D10s. You see what the play is, and for this advanced version you make a bunch of different choices. There's a basic version, and that's this one here, and the basic version is more just kind of watching and seeing what happens, more than making decisions. So this one plays just a little bit faster, but you can still incorporate, which I never incorporated the kickoff returns for TG. Should have done that, but I didn't. I always forget about that part. So that is something I'll make available on the website soon, maybe tomorrow or in the morning. And basically, you'll just be able to use that. You could use this with your play action football. Essentially doing what we did here, which was take their offense and defense, and you do the same calculations you normally do. So what is their overall? Are they a +1, -1, +2, -2, whatever it is? So you just do that same calculation, and then you give the team that overall number, and that will change this dice roll. So it changes the 2 to 20 dice roll, and then you just do that addition, give them a +1 or a -1 on the roll. And these are generally better for the defense. These are generally better for the offense and scoring. So it kind of moves the same way as play action football. I've been using it with these college teams, and you can see some of those videos here. I did a Miami replay, Miami Hurricanes replay. You can see here they won the national championship against OU 23-13. They did lose to South Carolina. I was told on another video this should have just been a straight up tie, so it shouldn't have been a loss. And maybe that would have kept them in the national championship game. I don't know. They beat Notre Dame 38-27, and you can see the same actions are playing here. It's got its own sort of drive modifiers for college football, so this is sort of made for college football when you're taking different ranked teams or non-ranked teams into account. So you can use that for college football. You could use it for your own rankings for something like a USFL or a European football league or something like that. I can't think of anything else that you would necessarily do. If you wanted to rate your own professional teams, you could rate your own professional teams. Obviously, I've done some ratings for I have my own formulas for rating NFL teams, but you could do it by any way that you want to rate the teams. You can rank them, you can sort them and rank them yourself, and then play out an entire season. So when that's ready, I'll let you know. Again, that'll be on the ClarkandAddisonGaming.com website, and you'll be able to pick that up pretty soon. I plan to do a better looking version than this, and maybe just a little bit more stylish version than this. But these are pretty basic. You'll be able to download it. If you want to get it right now, you can join the Facebook group. So go to Facebook groups, look up Clark and Addison Gaming Company, and then join the group, answer the questions, agree to the group rules, and I'll let you in. And then in the file section, you can go and download these most recent versions here to be able to play the game. You'll get the basic and the advanced. I also have a little game guide that kind of walks you through everything. But if you've seen this video, you've seen pretty much how to play everything. The only thing I didn't do was the kick return for TD, but that's just a matter of remembering more than anything. And then, we have a few kind of rare-ish injuries and penalties that happen here these are all optional. You don't really need to do any of those. There's an onside kick here, and we did a 2-point conversion, so that was good to have that as well. And so just kind of think your way through the game, and you get different options to choose. Do you want a long field goal or do you want to punt? And if you punt, the opponent gets a -1 to their next drive because they're pinned inside their 10-yard line. So there's some different things like that. Do you want to throw the ball deep or short? It's sort of a risk-reward mechanism. So some things are riskier, but they have a bigger reward. And then for the interceptions and the fumbles, the ensuing drive, the next drive, the opposing team, the team that received the interception or the team that got the fumble is going to get a +1. So that figures into the risk reward of taking a shot at a TD or an interception, that kind of thing. So pretty easy to play and to figure out, and hopefully it's so easy that everyone's going to want to play it. This is a new drive-by-drive football game. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up there. That helps us with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to subscribe, you'll be notified of new videos when they become posted. We're up to 440 subscribers, more than that. But very thankful for everyone who has subscribed. That helps us out a lot. And I like to think that it helps the hobby, actually. So the more these YouTubers and people playing cards and dice games gets in front of more people in channels where they're watching and paying attention, then the more you'll catch the people who are interested in this type of thing. So it will help if we can continue to grow the base. I think that's it from here. So the Cowboys win. Dallas wins 27-17 and the Super Bowl, and they take home the Lombardi Trophy. All right, I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.